What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well. Apologies for the lack of a weekly review. I haven't been in my normal location, so it's been quite difficult. I'm literally recording on my laptop right now. I usually record on a monitor, so it's going to be quite difficult, and you can probably hear me clicking away. But nonetheless, this is going to be quite a quick video. However, I'm back in my office tomorrow, so I should be able to get a much more in-depth review out tomorrow. That's what I'm anticipating. But generally speaking, I'm expecting an up-close week just because nothing's been proven otherwise in terms of my expectations. I'm still expecting prices to push to the upside. We've got some nice relative equal highs that were created above here, so let's get that delineated. But yeah, I'm just going to run through this pretty quickly. Again, next week will probably be a lot more in-depth. But as you can see, here's the daily right now. You can see we gapped and traded higher. And then, like I said, I'm looking for us to see if we can push up into this premium. So there's a few things I want to bring our attention to right now. It's going to be this fair value gap. We're going to start on dollar as per usual. And as you can see, price has dipped into it, but price continues to respect it. So we've closed it, as in we've traded right to the bottom of the fair value gap, came back in. And you can see our price is constantly testing it, but failing to trade and close within it. So that's a level of bullishness that we're seeing. And then obviously this gap which we had between this close from last week and this open on Monday, that's a significant gap in price, which shows, again, like I said, a level of bullishness. So moving forward this week, I'm anticipating that price will be able to work its way up into this buy side liquidity pool. I don't anticipate us to trade back into this fair value gap. Ideally, it doesn't, because as far as I'm concerned, this is now acting as what we call a rejection block level. As in, when price is dipping down there, it's getting rejected here. It got rejected here. It got rejected. So if price was to even think about tapping into this, that would be considered a rejection block level. Now, this is the last down close candle before an up move, and as we drop down to a low time frame, it'll become a lot more clear. But that technically makes this opening a bullish order block. So we might find that maybe a low gets created at this level. I'm going to get this drawn out. Oh, excuse me. And I'm going to write daily bullish order block, because that's essentially what it is now. And like I said, this video is going to be quite quick, guys, but I wanted to get something out. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? So let's get that delineated like so. And then as we drop down to the 4 hour, you can see how, again, we gapped, but the bullish order block is still relevant. And on the 4 hour as well, you can see this fair value gap between this high and this low. You can see our price has filled that quite nicely, and then it gapped over. And then this level, like I said, from the daily is a bullish order block. So it'll be nice to see maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday if price rolls down into this, and I'd be looking for a reaction off the back of that. 1 second, let me just get my charger. So yeah, I'm paying close attention to this level right here. This will be the lowest I'd want to see price trade, this red level. Remember why? Because it's a rejection block level on the daily. I don't want to see price go any lower than that. And then in terms of where price is right now, if we look at the Sunday opening price, which is right here, let's get that delineated. I usually make this dotted and red, and you can see our price hasn't yet dipped below it. So we've only traded above it on Monday, which is quite interesting, because that then insinuates that we are eventually going to dip below it at some point. So moving into Tuesday, moving into Wednesday, I'm aiming to see if price can get below it, and once it's below it, that's where I'd be looking for accumulation. Assuming we don't trade into that, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, then later on in the week I'd expect us to trade down into there, if that makes sense. So if we don't trade into this on Tuesday or Wednesday, then later in the week I'd want to start targeting this Sunday opening price. But until then, I'm happy and anticipating price to drop down below there, looking for this bullish order block to get traded to, and for us to expand off the back of it ideally. What you'll also see is there's a gap between this low and this high and this open right here, and you can see how this pretty much lands nicely in the middle of it as well. So it's going to be interesting to see whether price attempts to fill it completely or whether it leaves it. And if it does leave it, that's again hinting to very much a lot of bullishness. But overall, these relative equal highs are where I'm looking for price to draw to. Let's go to the 1 hour. And again, there's that massive gap. I'm not sure why we gapped so aggressively. If you guys know of any news which I'm not aware of, do drop it in the comments or in the Discord. But again, tomorrow I want to see if we can drop below here, and then I want to see how we respond on the back of this bullish order block from the daily. And then if we can trade higher, that'd be nicely. That should be set us up nicely for some potential longs. This could be, if we do drop out, if we were to drop down below here and then run these highs, this is what we call engineered liquidity, and we can talk about that another time. But generally speaking, that's what I'm expecting, especially the way we've created this high and just fell right off it. I think it needs to do some kind of discounted work, and that's why I'm anticipating us to drop below there. Also, if we look at the current trading range, and I'm looking at this low right here, right up to here, it'll be nice to see if we can get down below that 50% level into the discount. So I hope that will make sense. Let's now head on to GBP USD real quick. So we're going to go here on the weekly as well. Again, if I'm expecting up close on dollar, then I want to see some kind of down close on pound. Now, again, it's not the most ideal of conditions in terms of how it's looking, but if we look at this as a bearish order block, which it is, you can see our price is trading to it here, and we got a rejection, and we're trading to it again. So it'd be nice to think that we can get another down close off the back of it. That would mean that this wick needs to provide resistance. So what I'm going to draw our attention to is going to be the 50% level of this wick, which is what we call consequent encroachment. And as far as I'm concerned, this should be the highest that price should be able to trade this week, assuming we are going to have a down close week. So let's get that delineated as daily weekly consequent encroachment. Like so. I'm going to get rid of this just to reduce friction, and then I'm looking for price to trade down into this level right down here ideally, but again, we are in a bit of a kerfuffle, so to speak. So here again, this is that consequent encroachment. So Tuesday I'm happy for us to rally into it, but I'd want to see rejection on the back of it ideally, Wednesday at the very latest, and then I want to see us pull back into ourselves. So moving into the 4 hour, let's take another closer look, and you can see we had quite an interesting day. We dropped below, and then we've had quite a large expansion to the upside. So it's going to be interesting to see how price acts once it does reach this level. We're starting to reach into some rejection block levels here more specifically. Why is it a rejection block? Because here it created this level, and as soon as we traded into it here, look what happened. Large displacement. So if price taps back into that, we expect it to act just as sensitively to price for it to be turned around at that point. Let's go to the 1 hour. You see a little bit of consolidation. Bearish order block lined up quite nicely here as well, which is another reason as to why I anticipate price to want to turn around if it does trade up into that. So as soon as price reaches there, depending on the time of day, etc., and if we get a reversal on the back of it, I'd like to look for shorts, and then I'd be aiming for these lows to be targeted in line with dollar in the inverse. But overall, I'm expecting us to trade into here. If we run out this high, whole different story. So if price rallies and then we take out this high, then I'm expecting this high to get taken, and I'm expecting much more rallying to happen, which is completely fine. And in that case, dollar will continue trading aggressively lower, and we can start thinking about these lows to get taken. But until that happens, because that's going to be like a confirmation for me, so long as this bearish order block which I've just marked out stays intact, then I'm happy to remain bearish on price. It's just that I'm looking for some kind of rally at the beginning of the week, which is why I'm happy for it to trade into there, if that makes sense. So that's going to be everything on GBP USD. Let's finish up on Euro USD. I'm going to clear everything here as well. We're going to start on the weekly and do the exact same thing. Now it's a bit more consolidated here, so not ideal, but it'd be nice to get a nice down close. Again, rejection block levels very nicely laid out right here. So as soon as price rallies above there, I'm expecting rejection. And then I'm not going to look at the largest wick just because we've already traded to the 50% level, and I'll show you what I mean by that. As in here, we're just shy off it, but you know, it's enough for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the next one, which is next to our current week of trading. And I'm going to look at the 50% level of that wick, which is what we call consequent encroachment. Same thing. Make this black. I'm going to write weekly consequent encroachment. Now let's go down to the daily, and you can see quite an interesting day, much more of a stronger down day. But again, I'm expecting some kind of rally at some point in line with dollar, you know, needing to drop down into the discount to some extent. I'm anticipating that Euro's going to need to rally to some extent. So if it can take out that Monday high, so be it. But once it gets above here, I want to see it struggle and turn around. I need to see it turn around. I need to see struggle. I'm looking for resistance right now. And then after that, I'd like to think I could enter into some potential shorts. Again, not the cleanest of price action. Looking at it, price might not even be able to get much further up there. It's looking like it's struggling quite a lot. Look at this beautiful displacement right here. I like the way we've closed below here very aggressively as well. So the rallying might be much more weaker on Euro by the looks of things, which might be hinting towards this being the one to trade this week. But we can talk more on that tomorrow night. But if that makes sense, hopefully it does. This consolidation should hold prices, and we might not even, this red level which I marked out, we might not even get up there. It might fail to get there. I reckon this bearish order block could hold price quite nicely. I'll show you what I mean. This bearish order block here, if we can trade in there, I wouldn't be surprised if price fails to get through it, honestly. Let's mark out the 50% level. It can go through it. I'm not saying it can't trade through it, but I would not be surprised if we only hit the 50% level and price has failed on the back of it, in line with GBP, which is a little bit more stronger than price right now, which might do some more rallying. So I hope that all makes sense, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, join the mailing list, join the Discord. All the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Apologies on the rushed video and apologies on the lack of videos, etc. Quite busy, but we're going to get back into the flow of things very soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.